All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome in. It's Friday Follies here on House Edge Live Casino Gaming Central. John, your host. I'm going to do nothing important today. I'm just going to flip the camera down, play some craps, and have a good time. No lecture, no. If you're here for a lecture or for some wisdom, today's not your day. I'm just going to come here and have a good old time. So, but before I do, I have to always mention it, right? I've got to always say the magic, right? Which is this, not the ABCs of gambling, Johnny. We're doing this one here. We're doing this. We're doing why the casinos exist, right? And again, today's an important day. Whenever I do Friday Follies, right? I always show a strategy. I always, I usually do it at big levels. Today, not so much, but I do these things because they're fun. The problem is some people catch these videos out of context, right? So I'm out here burning purple chips and stuff, right? And it's like, that's not reality. The reality is this, that casinos aren't your friend. We love them because they're fun, but they're not your friend. They're here to take all your money. And remember that, right? And remember also that I'm here on this show most days teaching ways to be safe and have them not take all of your money, right? For you to learn how to have some tools that'll help protect you, right? But beyond that, when you watch shows like today, like where I'm going to be goofing around, you watch other people's channels where they're just playing craps and doing their thing, right? Filter everything through this lens, right? The bridge is an important thing to me. And what I mean by that is when you watch stuff on YouTube, you're going to see, like I said, purple chips, black chips. You're going to see big swings and misses and who cares? And you're going to see bluff blowing 10 grand and Vegas Matt burning $100,000, right? That's not the reality. Right, the reality is you're gonna put your $500 or $1,000 really at risk, and I want you to have tools to kind of combat that. Days like today, filter it through this. Right, I'm not going to teach you these topics today, but filter what you're gonna see, filter what you watch other people do through this lens. How would my bankroll survive that? Right, does my risk tolerance allow me to play that way? Right, when I'm watching John play, when should he stop playing? When should he leave? When should he go hard, right? Those are the things, when you look at the bridge concepts and you're watching another person's video, that's kind of how you should do it, right? Is kind of filter the view through the sieve, I guess, that is the bridge. So with that said, I'm going to play a little strategy today called, I call this the edge blade. I did this before, a long time ago. It's kind of a fun one. It just basically, it's a pass line, with max odds kind of a strategy. I may even do I may actually just make it a molly. We'll just make it a molly. And it's just going to be a ton of money. I'm going to do $600, but we're going to probably need a lot more than that. It's either going to burn really fast or we're going to make a ton of money. So that said, let's hop in and let's see what is going on. Why is my screen jumping? It's jumping past this one here. Isn't that funny? Go from here. Wait, do it again. To go from there, it should stop there. Okay, table time. Now, table time should have... Where is my camera? Is this camera not working again? What is going on? Hold on. Should it be that one? Why? I'm telling you what. This is really weird. There we go. Okay. It should have just went there by itself. That's kind of nuts. All right. Let's do it. Let me take the keyboard out of the way. And again, I'll show you my new toy that I got. The new toy is hopefully you can see this. Can you see that okay? My dice popper, right? I went and bought a treble dice topper for the show. Only because the bubble craps thing was so damn loud. It grinds on my ears. So anyway, here we go. We're going to take the $600 bankroll. And I'm just going to do a 3-point molly. But what I'm going to do with the molly is play a progression on the line. And I may do a horseman the same way if I finish quickly, okay? The progression is simple. I'm going to take some red chips. I'll take white chips. I'll show you the progression. No, we'll do reds. We're going to start with a $10 pass line. Okay, that's it. $10 pass line bet. When the point is established, whatever that point happens to be, doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to take max odds. Take 5x odds. 5x odds, or I guess I'll do... No, I'll do 3, 4, 5. I'll make it right. 3, 4, 5. So we'll do 3, 4, 5 max odds, whatever that happens to be. On the 6, right, I can do 5 times that, or $50. Okay, we'll take our odds behind the line, and that's going to be it. If we win, right, or let's say the come out wins, right? We're going to do a 1, 3, 2, 4. So I'm actually going to make it look like $30, right? So 1, 3, 2, 4 with that bet. So if we happen to get a point after we hit a come out 7 or something, right? Now I have 30 back here. Now I'm doing 5 times 30. So now it's going to be 150 in odds. Matter of fact, I need to get another $1,000. There's no way I'm going to have enough money for this. Another grand might not even be enough, but I'm going to put it back here anyway. And that's going to be the plan. We're just going to go 1, 3, 2, 4 on the line with the max odds behind the number. That's the plan, right? I may do a come bet or two with the same thing. I won't have enough money for that. Even at $10, I won't have enough money. But that's the plan. Let's just burn a bankroll on a Friday and have some fun. You ready? Here we go. Pucks off. $10 on the pass line. Again, 1, 3, 2, 4 on the base. Max odds based on the base. That's kind of it. I may do a come bet or two. I'm not sure if the bankroll will support it. But here we go. Coming out. Ready? Coming out, we got a 4. Wonderful. All right, we're on a 4. Again, max odds, 3, 4, 5 table. I can take $30. Let that bet right. I'm going to put it here to the side. I guess you can see if it's right behind. I'm worried about the screen real estate, but you can see that. All right, here we go. Looking for a 4. And it's a 7. So, bam, right out of the gate. Lose our dough. I'm going to move this here too. I just need that to get in the way so I can get to the money. All right, there's that. First bet's out of the way. Pass line again. Let's do it. We got a 7 on the come out. Great. Pays 7 or pays 10. We're gonna add 10. $30 down there. And it's a 3. Wonderful. Today is going perfect so far. All right, there's another 3. The dice popper is not working so great. Oh wait, but my bet's out here, by the way. There's my bet. That's a yo. We win 10. We stack 10. Come on. 9. All right, there's a 9. The bubble, the little popper thing's not the greatest, but I thought it'd be kind of funny to have it. Hey Joe, how you doing, man? Good morning, sir. All right, $30 on the line. The bet is a 9. 4 times odds, right? 3, 4, 5. So 4 times 30 is 120. And there it is. Let's make this look like actually 30 so you can see it better. $30 out there. All right, here we go. Give me a 9, shooter. Give me a 9. There's an 8. And again, I won't do a come bet yet. I'll let this bet resolve itself. Then I'll start adding come bets. There's a 10. There's an 8. There's the 7. Oh my God. All right, so geez, we're just gonna get torched today. It looks like. So 1, 3, 2, 4 is not working on the line at all. I'll take another round. There it is. There's that. It's an 11 yo, so we win. We stack. Looks like 30. And it's an 8. All right. Point is going to be a good point for us. We have an 8. We have a chance here, right? Now again, 30 times 5 is 150. There we go. 150 in odds. There's a 10. Come on, 8. 11 yo. A 3 craps. An 11 yo. And we got an 8. Woo! All right. So we'll get paid. Finally get paid, right? $30 on the line. We'll get paid back here on the odds. 150 pays 180. So 175, 180. So what I'm going to do with that is put this right back where it was. That was my odds money. It goes right back where it came from. Okay. The line bet's going to go down to 2. So 1, 3. Now it's a 2 unit bet. So it's $20. The rest of this all comes back as profit. And what I have back here, it should be $1,000 in blacks. Let's make that look like $1,000 in black. We had 500 in green. And we had 100 or so in red. We had actually $100 in red. So I've got some extra greens now. I made some profit, looks like. The red's not quite where it needs to be. We'll get there. Here we go, coming back out. $20. 6, good number for us, right? Again, 20 times 5 is an even $100. We'll put the $100 back there. Bam. And we have $100 on the 6. Let's do it. Come on, shooter. Heart 8. 5. 7 out. Didn't get it. Would have been cool though, right? But the 1, 3, 2, 4 on the line with the odds actually paid for everything else. We're actually, if you think about where we are, there's my 1,000 in black. There's my I'm actually light a black chip now because I lost there, but we were okay until that one. All right, start it over. Let's go. Now we're going to add a come bet. I'm going to go and add a second bet to it. We're going to add one part to the molly. To be a 2-point molly, not a 3-point molly. Here we go. Coming out. It's a 5. All right. So 4 times that is $40. On the odds, we'll do a $10 come bet. And again, both bets will independently be 1, 3, 2, 4 now. Here we go. 7. God. Beautiful. All right, all that goes away. We do win the come bet, which is a pittance. Okay, so the next come bet, by the way, because that one is going to be a $30 bet. Just so you know that we're going to keep track of that. The next come bet is 30. I'll put that up there. New pass line bet, though. We're going to reset this. We'll let that be the 1, 3, 2, 4. Gets confusing. Another come out loser. Come out winner. All right, there's that. Again, we're going to go to 30. 1, 3. So we're going to take this and make it look like 30. Here we go. Oh my God, are you kidding me? How many craps are we going to have on this come out today? My God, just getting destroyed on the come outs today. There's a 6. Okay. $50 in odds on the 6. We have a $30 come bet coming because, again, that was a 1, 3, 2, 4. So we're on 3 on the come bet. Let's go. 7. Ugly. We'll get paid 30 there. We'll lose 30 here. So a net massive loser so far today. We just need one. Just need one shooter to be good to us, right? Here we go. 7 on the come out. Pays. We'll stack it, make it look like $30. Oh wait, that should be there's an 8. Okay, now the point's 8. That's going to be 150 in odds. $10 in the come for our second bet. Let's survive. Ooh, an 11. Check this out. That gets paid. Come bet now looks like 30. Oh my God. Let's get it set somewhere. An 11. Oh my God. That's great. 30 pays 30, right? And now it comes down to a 2. Look, we're going to be a 1, 3, 2, 4 before it even gets set. That's awesome. Now it's 2. 10, $20. Goes to the 10. We can bet 3 times that. 3 times 20. Feels like $60 to me. And there's the odds on the 10. I'll stack them on top. You can see them. I'll put them. I guess I'll put them here. I guess you can see them. All right. Looking for an 8. Looking for a 10. Get us healthy. 5. There's an 8. You see it? Can you guys see? I guess it's kind of shiny. It's not the greatest. Is that better over here? I don't know. It's an 8. Trust me. It's an 8. I guess you can kind of see it. All right. That's the point. So we get paid $30 on the flat. Again, we're going to get paid for 150. We get paid 180 on the odds. That 3-unit bet becomes a 2-unit bet. Pass line goes to that. All this comes back. The blacks are back in good shape. The greens are back in good shape. Right? There's 1,000. There's the 500 in green. We have $50 over here. Our reds were 100. We have 50 back. So we're only down $50 in the rack, if you can believe that. All right. Coming out. Odds are working. Let's go. 2 craps. Lose. All right. We have lost more on that pass line coming out. All right. There's 50. There we go. Start it over. 5. And 4 times $10 is $40. Let's go. Let's go. 8. We need a 10. We need a 10 really bad. 5. That's cool. Hit the point. Awesome. 10 flat. And we have what? $40 back there. 40 is going to pay 60. There's the 60. All right. This bet from a 1 goes to a 3. So now it's going to be a $30 bet. All this can come back. The rack is looking good. Matter of fact, there is 75. We're literally, the rack is only down $10. After all that mess, we're only down $10. Can you believe it? Here we go. Puck is off. Coming out. Odds working. Let's make it happen. How about a nice 6-4-10 on the come out? Wouldn't it be great? A little 6-4-10 right here. Bam. It's a hard 8. That'll work still. All right. So $30 again is 150 down here. Here we go. 8. Booyah. 30. How about that? 30 down there, and 150 again pays 175, 180 on the flat. This becomes a 2-unit bet. So we're going to make it look like 20 on the pass. Everything else comes back to the rack. Again, replace. Watch the rack management, right? Always putting stuff back where it goes. 1,000 in black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in green. The reds are going to be light because there's not enough red chips in here, but there's 25 with 75. That's my starting bankroll, and all this here is now profit. We have $100, $210 in profit. We're still waiting for that damn 10 to hit, right? Here we go, coming out. Let's avoid the freaking craps on this one, shall we? A 10! Woo! Look at that. Booyah. As the point gets set, this comes down. We get paid 20 on the flat. We had 60 in odds. That pays 120. We'll do 125 for 5. Pretty nice little hit right there, huh? We're going to go $10 in the come. I got 40 bucks here, or 20 bucks here, which means I can go 20 times 3 is, I think 20, 40, $60 again. There's our odds on the 10. And again, bringing back profit. Okay, that was a come bet that won, by the way. The next come bet is 30 bucks. 1-3, right? So 1-3. So we're going 30 bucks out. We're going to keep the 2 bets rolling as long as we can. Here we go. Coming out here at a 3. Pass line here at a 2. Give me another 10. That goes to the 8. All right. So 30 lets me put 150 up there on the odds. I'm going to leave my main stack alone. 150. How about a nice fat 4-4 right here? Odds working on the come out always. Always. I never don't work my odds on the come outs. I just, for whatever reason, I've done simulations on this, and that the math works out better to keep them working. Again, the casino turns them off by default, which tells you what? When the casino turns your bets off by default, what is that telling you about that bet? In general, the casino wants it off. So I'm going against what they want. Here we go. Except for the place bets. Place bets, I'd rather not have multiple come out losses, but with the come bets, they can run. Here we go. Looking for 8 or a 10. There's that 3 craps again. Another one. The bubbles, this thing is not the greatest, but I have to like kind of release hard to make it really bounce around. 7. All right. That's the first one we've lost in a minute. I can't bitch too much. Let's put all that shit back. All right. So we actually did pretty good. Believe it or not, this is our starting bankroll. We have 100 and about 200 bucks in profit. I'm okay with that, right? For the first trial run of playing this way. Let's do one more cycle, and then I'm going to switch. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's do one more. No, I'm not. We're going to call that a win. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to call it a win, even though it's Friday. There's 175, 190 in profit. So that's a pretty good little good morning to you, right? And matter of fact, 190 in profit, but we had the 150. We were doing good. We actually had about 300 bucks in profit if I had to stop playing. Let's switch over to the horseman. Let's do a little horseman play. And we'll do the same process on the horseman. I'm going to take these out of here, though. I'm going to take... actually, I need a bunch of reds. We're going to play the green chip size horseman. So there's... we'll do $100 in reds. Same idea. Okay? This is going to be hard, though, because every bet's going to be a 1, 3, 2, 4. Every single bet. So pray for me that I get the math right, okay? We're going to start out with a $25 don't. 3 $10 come bets. Every bet independently is going to be a 1, 3, 2, 4. So I'm going to put 1 unit out here. If a come bet wins, it becomes a 3 the next time. We have to kind of keep track in front of the rack how much each one's going to be worth. So I'll use the front of the rack to do that. It's going to be pretty crazy here with the money. Here we go. 1, 3, 2, 4. Hedgeless horseman. 25s and 10s is the base. Let's go. I'm going to probably use all this money up. There will be no odds, just flat bets. Okay, so points 9. There's a 1 unit come bet. It goes to the 8. A 1 unit come bet. Again, the second come bet is the one that's going to win here, right? So we're going to lose this one here, right? We're going to win this come bet, and we're going to win this don't. Now the don't pass is going to go to 3 because it won. The come bet, the next come bet there is going to also go to 3. So our second come bet is the one that won. The first one's 10, the second one's 3, the third one is 10. That's how I'm going to try. I'm going to try and keep these things as organized as I can going through. So whichever bet it was that won is the one that gets the bump. This is insanity. Here we go. Coming out. Big old don't pass bet here. Come on. Avoid disaster on the don't pass, please. Nope, we don't. We got a 7. Again, I think this thing is not very random, but whatever. Okay, coming out, it's a 4. Wouldn't that have been nice, right? All right, first come bet, $10. It goes to the 10. The second come bet is our $30 one, right, from before. That goes 7 out. Okay, that's perfect. We lose the 10. We win 30 on that come bet. We win 25 on the don't. The don't goes to 30, or to 3 units. The come bet in there was a 3. It's going to become a 2-unit bet. So I'm going to put this back in the rack. The second come bet is the one that's winning. That's going to be a 2. So 1, 3, 2, and then here we go. Let's get this freaking don't pass to get set, shall we? 10. Perfect. First come bet's a 1-unit bet. It goes to the 10. Of course, we lose our big fat don't. Puck is going to be off. Now we let the bets ride. Okay, we're going to have 3 come bets. I'm going to make the second come bet a pass line bet. We're going to ride them out this way. When the don't pass gets picked off in midstream like that, there's no FU bet to make. I just let them run. So here we go. That goes to the 9. And our third come bet's out here. What's it going to be? That's an 8. It's leaning, but it's an 8. All right, there we go. We have 8, 10, and 9. 5. 5. 6. Come on. 9. All right, that one over here pays. That pays 20. And again, 1, 3, 2, 4. So the whole thing gets stacked up. It's a 4-unit bet now. We'll stay where it is. Stays where it is. Actually, no, that comes back. No, it's still a come bet, right? It has to play. I guess it has to play. Let me think about this, because that one actually. No, this bet comes back. It's the horseman. So the bet comes back, it's done. But the next round through, that was the second bet. That's going to be at level 4. So that one's going to be a 4 on the next shooter. Puck is off. Coming out, we have the 8 and the 10. Here we go. Midnight. 4 is the point. 4 is the point. Hit. Coming out. It's an 8. That comeback gets paid. That's going to become a $30 comeback. Again, it was the third one. It's going to be at level 3. The second one is still, or the first one's still around the 10. 5 is the point. That was the 8, rather. Here comes the 5. Here's the 6. There's the 9. Come on, 10. Midnight. 7. Loses. Okay, back to square one, except for those 2 comebacks. The first one's going to be $10. Second one's at 4. Third one's at 3. Don't pass, has to restart because it got beat. Here we go. Coming out, it's a 6. $10 comeback. 1 unit. 8 goes to the 8. Here's the big fatty. There's the $40 comeback. It's a 7. Perfection. We lose that. That's the second time we've done that move right there. The 4 pays. 1, 3, 2, 4 paid out on that comeback. Is that crazy? This one here gets paid. It's going to become a 3. And all this comes back. Now we start over again. 1, 2. The third one is still at 3. All right, here we go. Coming out. This will be... We got about 5 minutes left. We can do another full shooter or 2 here. Let's do it. Coming out. 9. All right. We have a point. We have a $10 comeback. It's a 7. How about that? 75 there. 10 there. Horseman come into play finally, right? Now this first comeback goes to 3. That comes back. We're going to reset our rack. And guess what? The rack, folks, is back to even. There's our 1,000, 500 in green. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our 100 in red. So all that's profit. We have 20 or 10, 20, 30, and 2 greens is $80. So not too bad. We're making it. We're not loving it, but we're making it. All right. Here we go. That was the The pass line one, or the don't pass line one, a single unit there, right? So now it goes to 3. Now we go. Here we are. Starting over on the don't, but these two here, or these 3 up here, are going to be the elevated bets. Let's go. It's an 8. I don't like fighting the 8 with the big money, but whatever. $30 come bet. 1, 3. Perfect time for a 7, right? There's that 10. There's the 1. It's back to starting point. That goes to the 6. And another $30 bet. We have 2 3s and a 3 down here. Wow. This is a good time to win. Give me a win. Give me a 10, a 6, and, come on. An 11, that works. That works. So now the 3 bet, 1. So it goes back down and becomes a 2 bet. How about that? How about that? Love it. 5. All right. All 3 come bets got set. 5, 6, and 10. We have a no 8. Just ride it out and see what happens. Ah, get the 8. Bummer. Puck is off. Come bets are working. There's a 6, so that'll pay. That was the second come bet. It pays at the 1 unit level. It's going to become a 3 unit bet, the second one, on the next round. There's a 9. That was a 6, right? An 11. A 4. Come on, give me a 5. A 7. Ah, these go away. Took a little bit of a beating on that one, but let's get started again. We'll restart. Fresh don't. This one's still at 3, the second one. Hard 8. Here we go. It's a 5. There's the 5 I needed last time, right? Here's the big fatty, the $30 comeback. We've won this one so many times with the bigger bet on the 7. It just seems to be working. Not this time. There's a 9. And our last single is a 9. Off and on, right? So actually that 9 pays 30. That's great. That pays 30 and comes down. $10 goes up. This 30, that was the second come bet, is going to become a 20 next time through. Our next series of come bets will be that. So the second one was a 20. All right, let's let these 2 bets resolve. Give me a 6. No. A 4. No. A 2. No. 9. All right, that pays 20. That was the third come bet. It's going to become 30 next time. So we have a 20 and a 30 going. There's another 6. A 3. A 5. There we go. Look at that. That's going to pay. And look at that. Now we have 3 bets up there that are loaded. Right? We have a 30, a 20, and a 30 for our next 1, 3, 2, 4 come bets. Look at that. They're all killing it. Need that don't pass to win now. Give me a don't pass winner. 6, 7. Bam. Win. Stack. Puck is off. I got a stacked don't. I got 3 stacked come bets. This is the one right here. This is the one. Ready? Coming out. It's an 8. Of course it's an 8 on my $75 don't, right? And there we go. $30 for that first 1, 3, 2, 4 come bet. It's an 8. Of course it's an 8, right? We lose the biggie. That sucks. Puck is going to be off. We're going to go and make it a three bet molly. $30 here, $20 here, $30 there. Let's just hope we can get through this. Coming out, it's a 9, and our last come bet. This will be probably the last shooter here too. That goes to 6. We have the 6, 8, and 9. We're looking pretty good here, right? We're looking very good. There's a 4. There's the 7. Takes all of our freaking money. What a bummer, man. What a bummer. Shit rhythm, right? We ended up losing money. We were ahead, and we've gone down $100, I think. That's 5. There's our reds. So we're down $100. We were up $100. Now we're down $100. I can't leave it like that, right? It's 8 o'clock. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. One more time through. One more time through. 1. And we'll do 3 single come bets. We're back down to the complete starting point because everything lost. What a nightmare, right? Lost to 75 and lost all that shit up there. Here we go. Coming out. It's an 8. Hard 8 on the come out. First come bet is a 5. Second come bet is a 10. Ugly. Third come bet is a 8. Again, the 8 has destroyed us. And there we go. We have 3 come bets up. Coming out. The 8's going to get paid. that next come-bet's going to be 30, by the way. If we play another round, the middle come-bet's 30. 6, don't care. 4, don't care. 9, don't care. 5 cares. 5 gets paid. And again, that's going to also be a 30. That was the third come-bet, by the way. That's a 30. 5 again. Aces. 6. We need a 10. Come on, give me a 10. There's the 8. Puck is off. Just going to let this bet resolve. It's the horseman. We don't go crazy here. Let the bet resolve. 9. New point. 3. 5. Midnight. Boy, this is an ATS roll, isn't it? Another 8. I think we're just the 11 away from the ATS, if I'm not mistaken. I should have been keeping track. Another 8. Another 9. All right, that's the point. Coming out. Give me this 10. 5. Gee whiz. 9. 10. Huh. All right. All 3 come-bets paid. Can you believe that? All 3 come-bets now go to $30. Isn't that fantastic? Here we go. Clean don't. 1 unit don't. 3 bumped up come-bets. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. 6. Of course we're going to fight the 6. $30 in the come. Let's go. 5. $30 in the come. Another 5. How about that? So that's going to pay 30. Okay. This one goes up. That first come bet that just paid would become a 20 unit come bet. That's 1, 3. There's the 2, right? Last one. Here we go. 6. Of course, we lose. We lose that one. It goes here, and now we're just going to let these 2 bets work. That's it. There's no more betting. Horseman, we're done. 8 on the come out. Let's get a 5 and a 6. Let's get a 5 and a 6. There's a 5. Woo! That pays 30, right? That's going to become a 20. Remember, 1, 3, 2, 4. So that goes to 20. Get to pull some money back. Gotta love that. Give me my 6. 9. Hard 8. Puck is off. 6. Haha. Love it. All 3 come-bets paid, and they were all juiced up. Next come-bet's going to be 20. This can all come back. And we're back. We're basically back. We're one unit away from being back. How about that? Last shooter. Right here. Coming out. 9. 3 level 2 come-bets. 4. Ugly. Here we go. 10. Also ugly. But we're gonna suck on tailpipe here on this last one. 4. Oh my God, the 4-1. That wins 20 and comes up 1, 3, 2. The next bet would be a 4. If we're going to keep playing, the next bet is a 4. Right? And that was our first of those come bets. So there it is. Wow. A 9. Boy, the don't pass is getting killed over here. What a bummer. That's been the worst part of the whole thing today has been the don't pass. That thing hasn't really won at all. The come bets have been doing all the work. Right side day. There's an 8. We need a 4 and a 10. Oh, geez. What did I get? I got a 10. That's going to pay 20. We'll do 25 for 5 on that one. Bring it back to the rack. Put the reds over here. And now we just have our 4 to pay. 7 out. All right. How do we do? Let's see. Let's color all this up and see how we did. After all that work and all that messing around, where are we? There's 5. That's 100 in red. That was our starting reds. All right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 75. Look at this. We're actually, our greens are light. We're light 1 green. We have 3, and I have 1 red. So we actually lost $20. After all that, we lost $20. Isn't that crazy? We were up about $110 or so. We were up $90, I think, at one point. We never got to the 100. We were up about 90. Down and up, and it just, we ended up, as always, with the horseman. You can play for a long time and tie, right? That happens quite a bit, and that's okay, right? You're playing for cruise ship comps. You can do this all day long and really not get hurt. There's very rarely does the horseman go down. If it goes up, it's a nice little grind. Get you up there, 50, 60, $100, whatever it is. But yeah, look at that. We actually saved our day, right? not too shabby. That was fun. All right, let's get back out to the regular show, and let's go here. Let me go to what am I gonna go to? I gotta figure out how to get myself back to the screen where I was. I'm gonna go. Come on, Johnny. I think it's here I want to go to. Here? And then the next scene is that, right? No, not ABCs. Not ABCs. We're going to do this, questions and answers. All right. And that's also weird. That should be me center. Okay. What I got to do is, oh, Jesus. Are you kidding me? I got to make these screens automatic. Like I'm having a problem when I press the button, the right things aren't happening in the right order. So anyway, let's go to some Q&A. I know there's probably no Q&A out here because it was just me dinking around and like nobody cares. But anyway, Ken, what kind of piece of shit is that popper? It's horrible, right? But I thought it'd be funny. It was $1.50. I thought, how funny would it be to have a dice popper like Trouble? So I bought it for $1.50 and whatever. It's quieter than the bubble spinner thing. That's why I bought it, just because it was quiet and funny. So anyway, there's that. We were ahead, of course, but it's Friday. We don't care about Friday. Gary says, it's funny, even with a cheap dice popper, the dice know what I'm betting and do the opposite, so I lose every single time, right? Every single time. Did I screw one up, Alan? The 9 was a 10. I must have messed one up. And yeah, Tom, the 1, 3, 2, 4 on all the bets is a workout. You really got to remember. And again, if you're doing a molly, like a 3-point molly, the same way I just did the horseman, you got to really think about that. Like, where are which of the come bets is on the 1, 3, 2, 4? Where are they? That's why I use the front of the rack to kind of control that. The front of the rack is like, okay, come bet 1, 2, and 3. What is their base level? That same strategy, by the way, the first one I did, which was the pure right side 3-point molly, there's a lot of money there. A lot of money coming out of your rack on that one. But if you remember, a few months back or a month back or so, I did that same thing with black chips. A black chip was the first base, and so your first odds was 500. That thing made like 10 grand. It was actually really profitable, right? If you can catch a quick run with a 3-point molly 1, 3, 2, 4 base, boy oh boy, you can make some hay. You just got to have some hay in the barn before you start that one. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. It is Friday. I'm going to be away for the weekend. I'm going to the Seahawks game with one of our good friends. Subscriber Kevin's going to be here in Seattle. We're going to go to the Hawks game together. So I'm out the rest of the day. I will see you on Monday. Hopefully, I'm hoarse from screaming after a Hawks win. So yeah, that said, y'all have a good one. And remember this: you're either part of the steamroller or you're part of the pavement. This weekend, the Niners. Sorry, guys, you're pavement. See y'all. Bye.